Halftime.
Oh my God, this game is not good, Andy. I think the Steelers are going to lose, and I am going to lose money, and it is going to be excruciatingly painful. I mean, everything else went my way today, so I really shouldn't complain. But seeing Baltimore matriculate the ball like this, a 15-play, 61-yard drive where I'm still speechless that they got points out of that first drive for the Ravens, and then follow that up with that 11-play 62-yarder that ended in a touchdown after just a completely ridiculous penalty at the end by Cam Hayward. What are we doing, guys? Give them an extra 4 points. Now Baltimore gets the ball first in the second half. Presumably there's going to be a 14-play 88-yard drive that ends in a touchdown. That'll be that. This is awful. I hate it, and I want to call it a week. Where are you?
Well, yeah, I kind of wanted to go back. We really forgot to mention a highlight in one of the earlier games. A highlight for me, at least, as I said, I was on some Commandos Browns under. I forgot to mention it was like near perfection. Like we're almost there, and then it went away. But if that quarterback sneak, which was a really good quarterback sneak, I want to give him credit, even with Carson Wentz. If that quarterback sneak fails and we have a 21-play, 95-yard, 11.5-minute drive for no points, that's a gambling Hall of Fame drive.
Yeah,
like that is the greatest under drive of all time. Even after they scored, I'm like, I can't be mad. You just took 11 minutes off the clock, you guys. This is fucking fine. So, bad flag at the end. I didn't like that.
Hate.
What do you think of the Steelers' offense currently?
I mean, they're lacking sharpness. They look like they don't realize how close this game's going to be. Like they just feel like the game's going to be there for the taking at the end, and they're going to take it, but. I don't know. I mean,
it feels like they called Ron Rivera to ask him, like, "Hey, we're still good if we lose this, right?"
Yeah, right. Exactly. Pickett tripping was a mind melt. The George Pickens screwing up his route and stepping out of bounds on what would have been a drive extender was a mind melt. The missed field goal was a mind melt. Like the Ravens suck. They suck ass. They do not deserve to be in the discussion for a playoff spot. 10-5 is a very misleading record for this team as currently constituted, and I do not want to see them alive for the AFC North heading into week 18. That said, I mean, they are just doing it in the most annoying possible fashion, and if the Steelers aren't going to stop them on the ground, then they should just keep doing that. They're getting 4.6 yards per attempt rushing. None of these are big, big pops. So there's really no reason they shouldn't just run the ball 3 times and get 10 yards and keep away. I mean, this is absolute misery for anyone who bet the Steelers. This is awful.
Yeah, miserable. Not only are the Ravens live for winning the division, but it's a pretty rough team that could be the 3 seed if things work out. If they win this game, the Bills win, and then they win next week. The Ravens, the Drew's mood has shifted dramatically in the last 90 minutes.
Watching that will do it to you. My God.
I thought about the under. It's a little tight in a spot where we could get some. I worry about the under with Desperation Pickett, because Desperation Pickett is a walking pick six. Like he goes a little YOLO on it. I don't love that for the under. Do you want to chase some Steelers with me?
No, I think. What's the Ravens?
I mean, the bet is no bet. The bet is no bet.
The bet's no bet. The bet is just give up and put this game out of its misery. There's been 6 drives in this game and a half of football. 6. Oh my God.
Do you remember that Packers-Vikings game a few years ago?
Yeah.
There was 4 drives in the first half.
This feels about the same. Realistically, I think if the Ravens score coming out of halftime, particularly if they score a touchdown, then this game's over. So I'm inclined to just be like, I don't know. I don't want to bet this. I don't want to bet this. Fuck these teams. Fuck this game.
You know what we're gonna do first?
Put
Because
this game out of its misery.
New Year's, new us, new chat. It's the
Ravens
same
team
guys in
total
the
was I
chat
was
though,
thinking of
honestly.
too.
Chat, find us a player prop.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good.
Honestly, I think we have a pretty good batting average on talking about player props that the chat brings up.
I mean, Dobbins is going to get another 10 or 15 carries. There's no reason that. I mean, Gus Edwards has nothing. Tyler Hundley, they're going to continue to use him on the ground. The Steelers don't look like they can realistically defend the run. I was a little appalled at TJ Watt's missed tackle. I mean, he didn't really miss it, but like he blew up his assignment, was in the backfield as they were handing off the ball, and he still didn't even bring the guy down. That's not the defensive player of the year from last year that I remember. Go bet tennis instead. We got tennis down under, right?
Down under, crikey. And I did mention this on Brown Bag the other day with Noob, since we do kind of shit on these tournaments that aren't, actual real tournaments. The team tournament stuff isn't as fun.
Sure.
United Cup has been good. I'll say it. I don't care. Like what I've watched, it's been pretty good, so I'm fine with that. And Noobs brought up a good point. All you have to do is incentivize people, and it turns out it's better tennis. Like they gave them more ranking points for this team stuff, and the tennis got jacked up. So
let me ask you about that.
Race to 15, neither.
Did race to 15, neither.
I do want to mention that a safety and a field goal and a touchdown and a 2-point conversion lands us on 15-11. If you were down 15, if you're down 15-3, going for 2 feels silly. So it would have to be like a penalty on the try or something to move them to the 1.
Hey, I really don't have a bet on this game second half. I'm gonna write my Steelers off as a loss, and I'm gonna move on. Got to ask you though about tennis. Did you watch Fritz Zverev?
No, I didn't see any of that one.
Okay, I need to go back and revisit that, because either Fritz has taken his game to the next level or Zverev's not right out there, and either one could be real. This was the scoreboard, and in general, the statistics were so lopsided. It looks like Fritz is a world beater, and Zverev is kind of on the team track of having a never was, a has been, never was kind of deal. Like the stats were very lopsided here. Double faults back for Zverev. This was
Jalen Warren. I wish Jalen Warren's touchdown price were a little better. Here's the play. So Dobbins cracks 100. J-Rod, who's also probably wishing we were talking tennis rather than football, but over 99.5 minus 120. I'm gonna go find that.
I'm fine.
I feel like Bovada will have some shit up like that. You're still good. There you go.
Well, I mean, I was coughing. I would say that the likelihood that the Steelers shore up the run defense and start tackling Dobbins behind the line of scrimmage, I don't think so. Dobbins does not have any pop, but it doesn't matter. Like the run scheme for the Ravens and what their offensive linemen are doing is working. So Dobbins is going to get that. He's going to get triple digits in this one. And they're going to have more. They're going to have more drives. They're going to be up, so running is going to be continue to be incentivized. Baltimore's not breaking out the greatest show on turf here in the second half. I'll tell you that much. This Ravens offense is it's prehistoric. It's awful. If they win a playoff game, then burn it all to the ground.
I do want to do a recommendation though. Arby's has a Wagyu burger. I hadn't eaten for a while today, and I don't love getting gross fast food, but Arby's had the ad for that, and I'm like, I'll try it. It's not good. It's a waste of good meat. Like, I mean, when you bite it, I mean, first of all, it was like, it's fast food, so you can't tell them how you want your burger done. It was cooked all the way through. It kind of defeats the purpose of like paying for good beef, even using like good, just not Wagyu, using good beef. Yeah, and also it's not a burger place. Like with the fact that they failed at a burger makes sense. So if you go there, just get the roast beef, guys.
Get what they're known for.
Yeah,
Like
get
you don't
diarrhea.
like if you go to Jack in the Box, don't get the tacos. Surprise.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Well, fuck, man. Let's wrap this up early.
Suma likes the Steelers, huh? And yes, Bovada has live props.
He's right.
I need the Minnewacan and Sioux to start getting along with whoever it is they're fighting. But I haven't followed it close enough. I need legalized betting here.
Again, Dan, don't Jack in the Box tacos. No.
And it's not Japanese Wagyu. Although I did find out my sister, who just moved to New York without telling me, apparently, but I don't know that much, is working at a Japanese restaurant. That menu was pretty wild. They had a bunch of cool stuff, and I might have to finally go to New York City. Never been to LA either. I just don't know. I'm scared of giant cities. Houston. I think you go down the list from top to bottom of like the biggest towns.
You're not missing anything. Anyone comes to LA, if you go to LA proper, you've done yourself a horrible disservice.
Well, no, I would just go to like the part you're at. Like that part looks nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Right by the airport. You don't even have to go very far from the LAX. Go to Manhattan Beach. Have a great time.
Let's spend a minute on this quick too. Let's say you did have Packers Super Bowl 200-1 or something obscene. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can do much with it until. I mean, it might be conference champion. Probably the second round you can, but like first round of the playoffs, you got to sit on it.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree.
Yeah. So we'll get into that.
And if you think I'm not content sitting on it with Aaron Rodgers against Brock Purdy, I got I got another thing to tell you here.
You got another thing coming.
Yeah.
Speaking of another thing coming, I have a great white cassette tape on the way. My friend who flips houses sent me a picture. Said, "Hey, do you want me to mail you this tape I found in this house I'm flipping?" Yeah.
Of course.
I have a tape deck in one of my cars.
Did you hear the Aaron Rodgers post game?
I did. He seems.
Give me your honest take.
I'm worried he's going to lose by 100 next week. It sounds like he is like he's content in just getting the media to finally acknowledge that he wasn't going to just curl up and die this year. And I feel like he's just going to smoke a bunch of mushrooms, and you don't smoke mushrooms. I don't know what you do with them. Like you make tea, I guess, or you just eat them. At least that's my experience.
Peanut butter and mushrooms.
But man, I feel like it's going to be. I don't know. It worried me almost about him getting it done next week. He looked like there was like a sense of completion. Like I did it. I made you guys see the light, and I'm happy now.
Well,
like, he might not even show up at the game.
He should be able to.
Long shot.
He should be able to put points on that defense.
Oh God, yeah. I might just bet that over.
Yeah.
And yes, the Jets is taking money. My position so far is Jets and Titans for me so far.
What do you think the market's impression of the Niners in a playoff game is going to be after the way that defense has looked in 2 consecutive weeks now?
Green Bay should be under a touchdown.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'd make it like 5.5, 6 in San Francisco.
I think so too.
I
think they're
oh God, if they give us like something obscene like 6.5, 7, I'd have to definitely bet Green Bay. I've eaten a ton of mushrooms. Like I said, I made the Wellington, but I bought 2 times as many mushrooms there, Mickey. I have so much Marsala sauce in the fridge right now. Actually, it reheats pretty well. I used a whole bottle of wine. That's how much I made.
Oh, that's awesome.
Real quick too. I misspoke in the deep dive earlier. Anyone who heard, Houston does not have the number 1 seed locked up for draft because it goes by win percentage. So that tie
hurts them.
Hurts them. So if they were able to beat the Colts, which is definitely not out of the realm of possibilities, it's the fucking Colts. The Bears. So if I'm the NFL, I put the Bears and the Houston game at the same time too. Although wouldn't they both just tank either way?
Yeah, I would think so.
So maybe play the Bears game first. I don't know, but either way, the Bears are incentivized to lose if you're thinking about betting the Vikings this week. And I did make the Duchère, and it was so good.
I
Earthy.
think it's actually not pronounced the French. It's not pronounced a way you would expect French.
Duxelle.
Yeah, it's pronounced terrible, and it's not lovely like most French words. Yeah, it's like Duxelle.
Yeah,
which seems insane.
I just bought a shitload of fettuccine. I'm just gonna have Marcella noodles.
Oh
every
hell
day.
yeah, dude! You're gonna be living large in the month of January, man. That starts February.
Yeah, I just do a bunch of squats while I'm eating.
Love it.
All right, guys, we're gonna call her a night. Enjoy the rest of this game. We'll talk if Green Bay does pull this off next week. We'll definitely spend some time on that. How we think you should treat your tickets, and it is a personal choice. Like some people just, I'm never hedging. I want to ride it out all the time.
Some of us want $1 million payout, and we're just gonna ride it out.
Yeah, you can't get the big number unless you ride it out.
That's right.
So, what do you make what would you make the price?
I would bet Green Bay down to 3.5 in San Francisco.
I was going to say right now, unless they get some players back, my number's probably 4.5.
That sounds right to me.
There's nobody in the NFC that's like.
But I still like them down to. I still like them down to. I still like them down to the field goal.
Who's your top NFC team right now?
After the Packers?
Shut the fuck.
Dallas?
No, I mean power rating wise.
I mean,
it's getting tight between.
I will listen to arguments for basically anyone.
and that's the question is, how many AFC teams do you have before you get to that team?
4.
It's 4 right now.
Yeah.
It might be a weird NFC. I hope the NFC playoffs are exciting. So, all right, guys. Like I said, I bet the Jets. I bet the Titans. Adjust accordingly if you need to fade someone on this. Although I had a decent week, so Georgia's
Tyler Huntley is just as cool as can be in third and whatever. It doesn't matter what the number is. Jesus fucking Christ!
He learned from the best.
Fitzpatrick is hurt now. This is not good.
All right. Yeah.